I'm someone who hugely believes in changing up your makeup according to seasons, and summer makeup to me is totally different than kind of winter makeup, because I feel like you can be much more daring and I like a different finish, and I totally switch up the products I'm using when it gets a little bit warmer. And supposedly we're supposed to actually have a summer here in the UK this year, which is quite exciting. So I thought I would share my kind of picks for summer makeup, and I think I'm going to split this into two categories, because when it comes to lips I've got a huge amount, so that might be in a separate video that will go up tomorrow maybe, or maybe on Sunday, I don't know. But my kind of ethos when it comes to summer makeup, and yes, I have thought this through very seriously, is that I like a really natural finish to my skin. So I don't like wearing tons of foundation, and I don't like looking really powdery and cakey, but I like having kind of a nice luminous finish to my skin. I don't like too much on the eyes, which I'll touch on in a minute, and I like to kind of have a brighter lip and a brighter cheek, because I just feel like it just looks a little bit more summery. So to start with, the kind of face products that I have been using and that will kind of be an essential for you if you like this type of look for summer is using a primer and do a foundation, and I'll explain why I want to talk to you about my picks for foundation. But the first one I've been using is the Cover FX Mattifying Primer, which looks like this, and this is just a silicone based primer that keeps your skin matte for a longer length of time, and it doesn't make your makeup stay any longer, but it does just keep your skin that little bit extra matte for the day. And when you're wearing a foundation that's a little bit sheerer and a little bit more dewy, which is what I like to do in the summer, then you definitely need something like this underneath, otherwise your face will just be an oil slick if you've got oily skin. And then another thing that I love is the Vitage, I always want to call it Visage, but it's not, it's Vitage, Natural Daily Perfector, and this is just like a tinted mousse that you could use as a primer, you could use it on its own, you could use it under mineral foundation, there's loads of different ways. I love using this underneath MAC Face and Body, which I'll talk about in a minute, because it just gives it that little bit more coverage, and it's just very smoothing and very perfecting, as the name would suggest. I really think this is an unusual product and I do really love it. Then for foundations, the two that I have picked are what I've been using non-stop for the past month, and I've been reaching for my Revlon Nearly Naked foundation, which I know a lot of people like to compare to NARS Sheer Glow, but to me this is a little bit different than that. I feel like it's more similar to MAC Face and Body. I've got a full review of this if you want to see more information. I'll try and put that in the down bar, but it's got a lovely finish, and I really like wearing this when it's warmer, because it's just got a very luminous, beautifying finish, not too much coverage, and it doesn't look heavy on the skin, so that's a really nice option. And I also love my MAC Face and Body. This is just an amazing foundation. I've got very oily skin and it works great on me. The finish of it's beautiful, it just looks like your skin but 10 times better, and I wear this on top of the Vitage Natural Daily Perfector, and it just looks beautiful, really kind of juicy and pretty. So that's for foundation. Then I like to also make sure that my brows are in good condition, because I feel like when you wear minimal eye makeup, having nice brows is key. So I'll always make sure that they're kind of tidy and just fill them in with a little bit of a matte brown pencil. I've done loads of videos on my brows, so you'll probably know what I use anyway. And then just finish off with a clear brow gel. At the moment I'm using the Shavata one, but you could just use a clear mascara. Then when it comes to cheek products, I have been using loads of bronzer just to kind of give my face that healthy glow, and the one I've reached back to, and I always go back to this, is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze Bronzer in Universal Sun. I've mentioned this a million times, but I absolutely love this. It's really warm, it just makes you look tanned, not orange in the slightest, and it's just a nice summery one because it's not got shimmer in it. I'm not overly keen on shimmer in bronzer, but it's not very, it's not too cool toned. It kind of does lift your complexion a little bit, and I do really like this, and this is what I've been using loads lately. Then for blushes, you've got to use a cream blusher, and this is what I'm wearing today, and this is the Revlon Photo Ready Blush in Pinched. I do want to get the brighter colours of these. I want to get Coral Reef, I think, but this is what Pinched looks like, and I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. It's very sheer, and it's just very kind of pretty and natural, just gives you a subtle hint of colour, and it's a nice formula as well because it's not too slippery, so it does last longer, and it kind of dries to a semi-matte powdery finish. Really love that. Then for blushes, in terms of powder blushes, I've been reaching for my sleek, I can never ever open this, oh no I can, sleek flamingo blusher. Sleek blushes are fantastic. This is actually the only sleek one I've got. I always like the look of the big palettes, but there's always a couple of shimmery shades in there that I don't like. But this is flamingo and really, really pigmented. You've got to be really careful with these, like don't be heavy-handed. You need the tiniest amount, but gives a really pretty bright flush to the cheeks. And then I also love TOPSHOP's blush in Pop, which is a similar sort of colour. It's a little bit peachier, but again, a really pretty, fresh kind of pop of colour. If you hate the word pop, you're gonna be really annoyed at me at this point. And then this blush I have been using for the past week and I've actually really been liking, and it's not something, oh, I dropped the box. It's not something that I would usually have gone for, but this is the AVON blush in Soft Plum. And the colour isn't plummy at all. And when I saw the colour, I wasn't sure about it. I thought, I don't know if this is something I'm gonna like. But this is very, very pretty on. It's got slight gold shimmer in it. What is up with me today? Gold shimmer in it, and it does look darker, but it actually goes on quite pigmented, and it's a very, very pretty colour. It's a very smooth, lovely texture as well. I've swatched it on my finger there for you, but you're not really going to be able to tell. It doesn't look like a traditional summery colour, but don't know how well you can see it on my hand there. It really does pick up your complexion and enhance it, and it's really lovely. And I actually really like the packaging of Avon products. I've been trying a few things from them lately and I really like it. My nails are Avon's Inspire, which I really like. And then for highlighter and for eyeshadow, I've been using this Milani glimmer strips all over colour in, what's this called? Honey Glimmer. And I've just been kind of using a big angled fan brush and using it on my cheekbones, sometimes on my eyes. I haven't got it on my eyes today, but it's really pretty and it just adds that kind of nice highlighted effect, but it's nice and summery at the same time. Then for eye makeup, I have been loving a really kind of lashy, natural look recently, which is something that's quite unusual for me because I do tend to kind of like my eyelashes to look like I've got mascara on, if that makes sense. I don't generally want to look like I've got foundation on and that kind of thing, but I like to look like I've got mascara on. So these are quite different for me, but my eyelashes have been a lot longer lately for some reason. I'm not sure if it's kind of the sun or they're just having a growth spurt. But I have been using these two, and the first one is the Collection 2000 Skylash mascara. I mentioned this in a haul, and I really, really like this. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. It's not super noticeable, but it just separates them and makes your eyes look really awake and pretty, and that's kind of the look that I've been going for. And the 17 dolledup kind of does the same. It's that pretty open wide-eyed effect, but it doesn't make your lashes look heavy or clumpy. It just makes them look really long and pretty. It's a very kind of bushy, pretty eye look that these two give, and I really like that. But if I am going to be out and sweating, or maybe like, you know, water or that kind of thing, or holiday, then I would use a waterproof mascara, and this is my favourite one by far, and it's the Maybelline The Rockets Volume Express, sorry, which is just similar to Max Factor's, what's it called, the False Lash Effect by Max Factor. It's got that sort of brush, really pretty, and I really like this if I'm going for a waterproof one, but I have been using these two lately and I haven't been smudging. They've been really nice. And then last but not least, eyeshadows. So I've been going for one colour all over the lid, which is really strange for me because I'm so used to having a crease colour all the time. But as I said, I like to just kind of have like a glimmery, shiny eyelid and lots of lashes and then a bright lip. I just think it kind of looks a little bit more fresh. So this is a really nice colour that I've been going for, and this is by Miners and it's called Goddess, and I've just been using the goldy tone in the middle all over the lid and just kind of to brighten up my eyes, and it's really pretty. And then also I've been using my Naked Palette 2, which I have to say I don't use this as much as the Naked Palette 1 or the Naked Basics. I'm just not overly keen on the Naked Palette 2 compared to the others, but I have been making an effort to use it, and I've been using Chopper and Half Baked very often, and this is what they look like. Half Baked is the gold and Chopper is the kind of coppery colour, and Chopper has got quite a lot of fallout, but again, just very glittery, pretty, beautifying colours that are very easy to wear and look very summery. And then I've also been revisiting this one from my MAC palette, and the first two are ones that I use very often anyway, which is Naked Lunch, which is this one right here, and all that glitters. Beautiful, all over the lid colours, really kind of pretty. I've been using all that glitters more than Naked Lunch because Naked Lunch is a little bit more cooler toned, so I think it's not as summery. But I've also been using Woodwinked a lot, which is this smashed one right here, because I was depotting it and it broke. But I'll swatch this here for you because this is a really unusual, beautiful colour. And swatched, it kind of looks like just your standard shimmery brown, but then when you blend it out, I'll show you, it kind of turns a little bit more orangey, and it's really, really, really pretty. I love this colour so much, and it looks really beautiful on its own. It's that one right down there. It looks really beautiful on its own, and it's just a stunning, unusual colour. And then the last one I've been using is this one right here, which is called, I want to say it's Mythology. Yep, Mythology, which looks like this, and it's very similar to Chopper by Urban Decay. Pretty kind of shimmery colour. This is actually what I'm wearing on my lids today, just all over the lids, no crease colour, and it feels very weird. I feel like I've been wearing really minimal makeup lately, but I've really been enjoying it. And then I have just noticed that I have missed out a very, very important product that I wanted to talk about in the kind of base category. So I'm going to just tell you about that, and this is the Boots Botanics BB Cream Radiant Youth. And I'm not a BB cream fan. I'm going to just put it out there. Glorified tinted moisturiser doesn't do anything for me. I'm not really a tinted moisturiser fan either. I'd rather use just a light coverage foundation. I just don't feel like they do anything for me, and I don't like the finish of them. But I tried this and I really, really, really like this. If you want to see what this looks like on my skin, my video from yesterday and the day before was I was wearing this, and I absolutely love it. I think the packaging is really nice. I've got it in the shade medium, and it's a really, really lovely BB cream. It's quite heavy coverage for a BB cream, which I think is why I like it. Hasn't got that kind of shiny, oily finish, and it doesn't do that annoying thing where it makes you look really pale, which most BB creams do on me for some reason. It's kind of like they cast a white sort of tint on my skin, and I really, really don't like it. But the shade medium is kind of like a darker shade. It's that shade right there, and it looks lovely on. And if you want me to kind of do a full in-depth review of this, then I will, because I really like this. It's the only BB cream I've ever tried that I've actually liked. And I've used the Garnier one, I've used the Jinvara one, some proper Asian BB creams that I'd ordered from eBay. Didn't really like those, but I love that. It's really, really great. So if you don't like a BB cream, go and try that because it's nice. And I think it's got an SPF of 30 in it as well. Yes, it's got an SPF of 30, so really, really nice for holiday if you don't want to be wearing too much. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know what your picks for summer makeup are, and if you change your makeup up during the summer, because I find that really fascinating. And I hope you'll have a gorgeous, gorgeous weekend in the lovely sunny weather, and I'll see you soon. Bye.